Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So, I am just gonna check up a few things. Let me see if I find it here. No, there it is. Just give me a second, I'm just gonna start up the program too as well, to start up. And before we're starting, I'm gonna tell you guys, you can check in the description right now. If you're wondering what the song coming from or whatever, it's from Luffy Geek. Very good to listen to, by the way, when you want to chill and so. And believe it or not, it's not copyrighted too. So, hello everyone to the stream. And it's like the last time, it's gonna lag a little bit. It's gonna not lag, it's gonna take us some certain time to draw, attention of that. So it's lagging a little bit, but I hope so. It's gonna be fine. I am as well going to have a guest on, believe it or not, because I asked on Twitter, like, hey, wanna hang out, draw, hello. So they were like, yeah, sure, why not? So the person you guys gonna be shocked over is going to be Finished. He's on here too as well. So they were like, yeah, sure, why not? So the person you guys... So I'm listening just a little bit. So you're wondering why I'm listening. I'm just making sure everything is right with the program and everything. And let's see. Then I can take that. Here we go. Perfect. Hello Squatchen. Hello Spectre. Hello Purple Paw Prince. Welcome to the stream. So, and I noticed another thing. If you guys have noticed, I have 100 subscribers right now. Yes, that's I don't know what to say it, but thank you. I'm gonna turn off the music right now, fully. Just gonna turn it off. There we go. And I'm going to join in a server right now to talk. To see, yeah, he's inside there. So don't be afraid, guys. East is coming right now. There we go. You hear East?
Yeah.
Welcome.
I was watching your stream on the phone, and of course, I'm connected to Discord via phone.
Okay, that's fine.
Perfectly fine.
So, I was checking around what I wanted to draw, and I think it was very perfect on this. Have you ever heard about the flower bag practice?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. So,
Hey, you stream through the day. I was going to ask if you could stream your program or whatever.
OBS. It's OBS.
No, I was talking about in the VC.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
I might be later on gonna do an own, channel thing, but I will wait on that too. So what I'm going to show you guys is a practice for most people from, doing animation or so. So I thought, hey, why not do this for Little Eagle? So I have a picture here. I'm just gonna copy it over. And there we go. Gonna resize it so you guys can see what this is. So this is the flower sack expressions, or would I say the training, so you can see how they are walking and everything. This is basically a training for everyone to use, and animators are using this as well, to see the movement, the medic, So I thought, why not draw some sacks for the giggles? Because to me, it is very fun to use something fun and new too as well. Just gonna make sure to check here. And always making more bigger, it's more easier to do it. So I'm gonna keep them. I'm having a separate layer for these, so it's more easier for you guys to notice. I'm gonna follow a little bit, so this is a separate one. So the sack, you can see here, for example, it has a nice form to follow it. so on. So I can draw it, over, but it doesn't affect the drawing. And oh, you're driving, Purple. You be very careful on that, okay? Be very careful on that. Could be odd.
So I just changed the VC to put it in recording just in case someone wants to join.
Yeah, I always have most of the live stream saved. So if they want to join, sure. Just so you guys know, I am in another VC, which means it's Finn East channel right now. So it depends on, he is the one who's gonna say it's okay to join or whatever. It is his channel, that's all. I'm just gonna say it. That's what he feels.
I just figured, you know what, since you wanted to do it and we haven't talked in a bit, screw it, I'll go to mine. I had no idea you were actually on stream, so I figured, okay, I can adapt to this. If I mean, of course, my server's a little bit limited in terms of things, but hey, who knows? Yeah. So yeah. Real quick, the stats. I've seen a few things regarding like stats or the way it like moved. Although now thinking about it, okay, when I get back into drawing, I 100% need to like do these stats because I feel like if I understand the movement of them better, it'll be easier to work on torsos.
It's helping for dynamic, posters and everything, for humans and so. This is an old thing, which, believe it or not, Disney was doing these kind of tricks. So they were helping the other animators to learn how movements were going. So basically, if you're an animator and you want to try, I will always recommend this. So another artist I follow, what's his name again? Oh God, I need to look it up very quickly. Give me a second, guys. He's an artist himself. I follow a lot of artists, by the way. I follow them. His name is Lucas Pinator. Oh God. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put his @ in the stream so you guys can look at it. Some people like it, some people like, sure, he looks okay. And he basically tells about, drawing in both Photoshop, he's drawing as well on iPad too, so he draw, very different things. And I always recommend him, by the way. So this is it right now. You can guys go and check him out if you want to learn a little more what he is, teaching off and everything. He even tells about how to fight an art burn, for example. He gives you tips on that too. That's very good. But recently I have noticed he is going a little more into shorts right now, where he's showing, for example, same face syndrome, tips for artists, basically showing, sometimes it's good to use, circles is always good, but sometimes you can use a triangle to make it the shape of the face more interesting. For example, I'm just doing this right now. Yes, quickly here. And it looks like a triangle in a certain way, but still I'm using this kind of thing. So not everyone is using, the circle. There are different forms of it. So yeah, that's a little tip. And I think, and he did introduce the potato stick. I saw it too. I was like, I want to test it out because it looks very fun to do, different forms of second and thing in short. So I always recommend him if you guys are lost or something or want to try something new and so. And he talk about, cylinders too, where I did the other day, cylinders, this one. And it maybe looks very odd, but it's basically a 3D, basically how a stick, for example. I know I'm overgoing a lot of it, and it's very good if you want to look at more closely. I'm just trying to, I'm not a very good art teacher, would I say. I'm not a good artist. I've noticed that myself.
Well, I just realized something. The cylinders. Really should have just used like my Nerf darts over here. They're like cylinder shape, but the only thing that kind of prevents them from being real cylinder references is the little tips or the heads, really. Huh. I just realized that.
By the way,
Oh,
if you notice another thing, I just noticed it right now. You know, the character I'm drawing right now, you know, the potato sack here. Do you recognize it from somewhere?
you said something about Disney using this. Oh my god,
Mm.
I'm trying to remember exactly the Disney movie. I'm trying to think of that had something similar like it. Maybe Cinderella, I think.
No. It's even better. It's
Oh.
Aladdin, the carpet.
Oh god damn, dude,
Yes!
oh my god, that was
Yes!
amazing. Because like, oh my god, I know the carpet's movements.
Yes! That's a
Wait.
very good example. See, I was like, wait a minute. Now I was seeing that because he does do this lump, for example. And I do know he walks like this. And when he jumps, I noticed right now, it's like, and this one too, it's like, oh, dude, it is the fucking carpet. God damn.
Oh my god, dude, I was trying to like remember if I saw something like a pillow like walking with it by itself, and I'm like, okay, maybe Cinderella or something, but no, I did not. I completely forgot about the carpet for some reason.
And then we have
Damn.
another character too, which is not the carpet, believe it or not. But I was like, wait a minute, there are other characters too. For example, the broom from Fantasia, for example, together with the Mickey Mouse. How does that thing move? You know, the only thing that moves is the legs. You know, you have the head here and the arms. That's the only thing you can move, for example. But what else is moving is the legs. I just figured it out now. It's like, dude, this is way too fun to notice it. And how they were carrying the buckets. I'm failing you so. So, oh yeah.
Oh, that thing. Oh.
That's one thing, but it's very, you know, here it's very stiff. It maybe move a little bit, yeah, just a little. But here, for example, you know, by the legs, it moves a lot. Like, for example, the sack here and so.
Yeah, so basically, like the main body itself is a little bit stiff because, well, it's a stick. But of course, the legs are a little bit more bendy because they're supposed to represent the bristles or whatever of the broom. And yeah, I did. Yeah, now thinking about it, yeah, they definitely weren't similar to like the carpet. And then of course the arms are just, well, they operate like regular arms. That's actually kind of insane to just like think about of like, oh, you have like you have this like sack movement, but you'll be surprised to figure out that two characters that are like iconic uses them in some way, mostly the carpet.
So I think it is very fun that they're using, you know, here you can see I'm drawing very carefully, and we have, you know, the weight down here, blah blah. I'm just basically see how it looks like because, okay, well, wait a minute. There we go, and it has this form because it depends on how you're drawing, and as you can see, I'm not doing the chicken steps, the scratch like this. I'm trying to be more this, you know, more smooth, more the arm more better.
Yeah.
As you see, let me have belly.
Every part. Okay.
So yeah, finished. I know you were talking about some interview. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was now recording basically. where you said you started to learn drawing during pandemic, right?
Uh, I'm sorry. I was dealing with my cat. What was that question?
During an interview, I think, or I don't know if it was live streaming something, you did say that you started to learn drawing during the pandemic, right? You know, with the COVID and everything.
Um, uh, so in regards of drawing, I did had an aspiration for it, when I was a kid, and like it was like back when I was like watching like Loud House and all that shit. Um, so like I was watching that, I was interested in like the characters because I wanted to, or the way the character designs were, but of course I wasn't like touching on like actual fundamentals and stuff. And all of this was all on like traditional paper, so it was a little bit worse from my end. But it wasn't until it wasn't until like early 2021 where I was starting to get more involved in this community where, oh, excuse me, where the aspiration to draw again hit. It did not go well. like like of course recently I decided to like take a break from it, but like yeah, back then it was completely terrible. So like I've tried to learn art normally, I guess, but the problem that I've been having is either not seeing the improvement that I have, I get frustrated very quickly, or I give up almost immediately when a little bit of an error happens. And it's mostly just like, okay, I don't know how the hell to fix this or whatever. Or like I think I'm doing something good, but then like someone's like, no, you completely did this exactly the wrong way. So it's like because of like conversations like that happening, I just like grew very like miserable regarding like art. And I just decided recently, screw it, I'll just nuke Autodesk and just like take a break from it real quick. I won't lie, the idea of like drawing again does happen, but the thing is, it's been like a week since I nuked everything. So I figured, screw it, I'll just exist, and who knows, maybe like June or whatever, I'll get back into it. Um, I will. I know that one thing that I just want to be able to be like actually teachable whenever I'm being like taught all this stuff. Like, this is completely unrelated, but like I was in a Discord with like several like artists or whatever, and I'm like one of the newer people that like that is definitely a beginner. But the thing is, I was like the most frustrating person to talk to in there. So like I would post like a doodle a lot, and it's like I would spam that chat a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, it was funny for a bit, but it became really annoying, or I can tell it was getting annoying. And like I would just either like break down easily because I don't understand like what I'm doing wrong or whatever, even though I'm doing perfectly fine. But yeah, like anytime I would like open up the Autodesk, I'm like, okay, what the hell do I even want to draw? Because I keep going back and forth between wanting to be technical, which includes like, actually constructing a freaking skeleton, and then like, using that to like draw a character over, or just be loose as all hell and, draw whatever character I want, even if they're not proportionate enough. Just going back between like those two mindsets, depending on who I talk to, is just really annoying after a while. So I basically just decided I'm just going to focus. All I'm going to do is just take a break from it, and then when I come back, who knows? I may just be a guy that draws loosely, which may or may not be better for me. But yeah, art was definitely just something that I was interested in, but now it's just becoming. Why did I pick this? Actually, I do remember why I picked this. I apologize for rambling, but I'm going to finish this up real quick. Regarding why I drew in the first place, This goes back to when I was a kid. It's because I didn't have like a way to send money over to like actual artists online to draw something for me. So I figured, okay, if these people are able to draw, maybe drawing isn't that bad, especially on digital, especially like digital.
Mm.
But of course, I was incorrect. So I got slapped in the face there, and I basically just basically like the reason I drew was like I had all these like ideas, but I'm too broke to like fucking pay someone to draw this stuff for me. So it's like whenever I get like, so not gonna lie, whenever I win like an art raffle or whatever and I get like a piece done, I feel sort of guilty because it's like they put like so much effort into this, and yet all they're getting is like what, a couple likes on Twitter. I feel a little bit bad even though they did it for free. It's just me just feeling a little bit guilty about that. So like, regarding like art, I just want to be able to at least get good enough to where I can be happy with it, even if it's not exactly what I wanted. But yeah, that's kind of just the update on Phineas's art journey, I guess. I don't know.
I understand that because I have been there too. And yes, I have been an artist, a digital artist, over 11 years. I have been,
Good.
oh, well, it's 2012. Yeah, it is 11. So, but I've been drawing, normally with paper and so too as well. And even I can tell that that's very frustration when it comes to, it's the two different medias, by the way, and very different. And even as well when it comes to oil painting or aquarelle, for example, watercolor. And here's the thing. Even it was of my digital art learning about to use watercolor, I hated watercolor before. I was so frustrated with it. But then I took a break from digital and went to try watercolor again. So you can buy basically special brush that you can put some water in it. I will always recommend that. It's hilarious fun. So there are two types. There's the normal one where you can find it, and small drawing boxes with watercoloring. Then you have the pencil version as well. And I tried them, both of them just to learn a little more. And it's hilarious, both of them. And you get to learn more how much you need to put on strength, on water, how loosely it's going to be, all kind of stuff like that. And to me, that was like, now I start to see what I had problem with back in the days, because I used to hate watercoloring. And I can see the frustration when it comes to drawing too as well, because I always felt my characters are always stiff in a certain way. But then again, I have to rethink a little bit here, because I am not doing animation. Because animation has movements to do. You're doing by pencil and pencil, like Don Bluth, for example. Who used to be in Disney, and then he made other cartoons. He wanted to continue with 2D. And I mean, they put their work every day to put a certain scene, or basically if we're drawing the movements, it has to be good and clear there. And I mean, but as well, like I said, this guy I posted, Lucas Panteri, he does tell about something when it comes to burnout, which I will recommend. If you want to watch it, do that, because that is a part of burnout too, when you get frustration. I have ADHD myself, and it's like, even I can get frustrated, and sometimes I forget anything. But then again, I go back and look for the mistakes I do. I always say my drawings as well as mistakes. It is very good you use that as well, to think about it. If I look back in my mistakes and look back until now, have I improved a little bit? Or maybe I should ask someone to get a little help and maybe, learn something. This is the reason I did start to stream, since many people ask me, can you help me to draw? I want to learn a little bit, not do the long journey, because some people these days are improving very quickly, believe it or not, because they are learning fundamentals and they are learning, for example, how to do forms more. If you're gonna make a dynamic pose or anything like that, for example, here I'm just putting out, for example, a dance there. For example, now I made a quick character, but you see there has a lot of fluence like that, for example. So sometimes I do something else, believe it or not. And this can be very good for anyone to use it. And I'm going to show you guys. There is a technique, another thing. When you feel like you cannot draw, your drawing feels like you're doing this, chicken pots, this kind of drawing. And you feel like, I want to do this kind of smooth thing, with the drawing. Sometimes you have stabilization. You can fix it if you want to draw very slow. This is a very good feature, by the way. But I'm gonna tell you guys, there are another trick into this. And it's going to be hatching, for example. You do lines like this. It doesn't need to be very, straight or anything. But you can start to see I'm just drawing this just to get a good thing. My lines before were like this because I didn't focus to be quick on the hand. Sometimes you need to be, quick to make a simple line. But it's not like you're gonna drag all over the whole paper. And you need to be thinking about this. Think about being very light and draw very careful. Because if you draw like the other one I made here, the harder one, that will rip the paper. If I hold very steady on my hand, using the little finger, the last finger, letting it steer, steering a little bit, because I have a glove on right now on the screen. But if you're going to do it on paper, that one is the one who's going to lead you when you're drawing a straight line, for example. And you must do very carefully and a straight line, a very light one. Because when it comes to shadowing and so, hatching is one of them, from old comics and so. And they were learning with the lines like this. So that's one way you can do it, to start with the line. I know it's frustration about this, I know. But when you do, say, at least start with 50 first, 50 lines. A straight line for like this. Okay, when you're done with that, take a little rest. Then comes another one, which most people hate. It's the circle. It doesn't need to be very perfect, but you can see I'm very quick here, very quick. And now, that was the one. Now I'm gonna do the other circle, reverse instead. So as you can see, it's very difficult for me to do that. But it gives me a little more work with the hand. So you need to train first your hand movements and trick your brain to make it more better. And there comes the first frustration, because you haven't learned how to work with it. You need to work with the both eyes and the brain and trick it. That's one way you can do it. And now, I know it sounds silly, I know, but a friend of mine, back in 8 years ago, taught me this. And he said, if you want to continue with this, you need to trick your brain. And once you have a hang of it, you can start to do, other forms just to train your movements, first of all. And then you can go in and start to draw, the 3D version of it, It's not the perfect one, but you can see I'm going here in very quickly to make a box, for example. That's 3D wise. And then I can do this to go in just to measure and see the 3D of it. Another thing you can learn, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I'm gonna do an apple right here, right now. Let's see, this is an apple, okay, guys? An apple. And a nice and so. Okay, it's an orange, okay? It's an orange. There we go. An orange, with the navel and thing. Did you know there are some people having hard time to see 3D grids by looking at the object? So I'm gonna do this the simple way. So you saw I just do that, and then you have. So this is where it comes to a mapping of a 3D. This is another learning you can do to learn about the shapes and the 3D. Some people have a hard time to see it, but it is a very quick learning to learn about, now I start to understand how it works. Because believe it or not, Finn, I'm not supposed to be an artist, I apparently failed my school because of my teacher said, I'm just drawing characters. So he put an F on me all the time. Because I refused to go back and teach Perspective and So, which is from class 5. And he was reading in Norwegian too, a Norwegian book. And I'm Swedish, by the way. I do understand Norwegian, but I said, you cannot teach that in a Swedish school. You're not allowed to do that. So, yeah. But some school you can learn that too. So that's one way you can guys do it. But you're not supposed to draw every day. Because if you do draw every day, your hand is going to be very tired. So I always suggest try to draw 2 times a day. Before you're gonna start to draw, you start to do these kind of thing, with the line and so. And train your arm and your brain how you look at it to do the lines. I know it's never fun, but think about it. You're gonna fake me later on this. This is one of the tricks I always do before I'm starting drawing too. When I want to go in, training back again with these, for example. I'm gonna go in and see because you guys saw it already, these characters. They look okay, I follow it, right? But now you saw I was doing the training, right? Let's see, let's make this guy. So he has a more form of it. And I draw this. And look at this. I started getting a little more,
Okay, so. Oh.
There we go. Now you see it a little more clean compared to. This is the one I drew. You saw I was doing very slow there, right? Now I did it more faster. So I start to learn more the fluid. So
I'm just watching the stream just to get the screen or your screen's point of view. Going a little bit slow because of course it is. I love YouTube lag.
Yes, once the stream is over, you can go back and look at it.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I'm just saying, like, as things are going, it's a little bit slow, but I'm slowly getting it.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna see him as well. So there we go.
Oh, I do not mean to full screen it.
Wow. And there we go. A little more fluid than before. Much more better. Even if it looks... He kommer hjälpa mig. So. So, what kind of story should I tell you to embarrass myself when it comes to art?
I guess I have no idea. Maybe something regarding drawing heads or something.
Oh yeah. Nah, I can be very careful on heads. I can take it next time. But I do have a story, by the way.
Ooh, what is it?
When it comes to certain things, you know.
Okay.
Art. Yes, I'm just gonna check if it is still there. So you see, there is a. I have been drawing very strange things, and I mean very strange things.
Oh God.
It's not, you know, not safe work basically, but it's still like questionable. What the heck is this basically? So some certain people have been asking me this about. Um, Let me see if I find it a very good one. For example,
Hey, Skelly.
hello.
Did you hear the news?
What is it?
Tom Cruise is gay.
I mean,
Damn.
good for him. By the way, welcome
He-
to the stream, my drawing stream. So be careful what you say.
shit.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's fine. It's fine. To be fair, I did change the VC name to streaming right now. So yeah, it's whatever. At least it's not anything like super like bad.
At least it's not like a certain prick that you and I, or mainly you, don't like.
Yep, true. Oh God.
I guess enjoy you guys' stream. I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay, take it
Okay,
easy.
same.
So let me see if I find it here. You have seen my character, right? My character, the second form, Arius, right?
You're talking about the you're talking about like the girl or the human-ish character.
Yes, with the big.
Okay,
Yeah.
I-
So
I've seen it.
I'm just gonna see if I find it here. Because I made a drawing of her, and this is so cringe. Even I still cringe about this. Sensicont. It's that one. No. Let me see if I find it here. It's so cringe. Even you gonna be like, no, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I've said that a lot about like other people's art because I just like question why was that a thing? I've done it to Cat like 500 times.
So, you see, I was exploring this, and this is back 2012. This is basically 11 years ago.
Oh shit.
And I know some of people gonna be like, okay, you've been drawing it so long and everything, but what is the most what is the most embarrassing thing ever? So just so you guys know, I'm gonna take it out. I do like, you know, the 90s and the thousands cartoon and everything. I still like it to this day, anime and so. So when we spoke about the carpet, there is so-called a show of it. You know, Aladdin, the TV show. So I did like one of the characters there. And I wish so many times they should have made. There was in talk about it, he was supposed to be in a movie, but they removed it and added in Aladdin's father instead. So I do like the character Mosrat, you know. He's a cool character. He's a very cool character. But I made an art with that and my character. And I mean, I'm still embarrassing about it. I'm not 100% good. But now you guys gonna see it for yourself and enjoy to see how awful it is. You will see how many mistakes I have made there. There we go. I'm gonna put it up more bigger. There you go. You can see yourself how much it is so wrong in it.
Give the stream a sec. Oh. Oh.
I know.
Listen here, lady. If I did touch by accident, I would do it with class. Okay.
But
Oh boy.
you can already see how bad it is.
Hmm.
Want to know how bad it is?
Well, I can already see one. The freaking shoulder pad is like massive, and the arm looks like a stick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there is more there, good sir. There is more. So, I'm just gonna draw red line over these right now. Gonna show you. So here you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's supposed to be around a 6 or 7 tall character.
Hmm.
Do you see the problem here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. So he's 4 here. You should always, I'm just gonna make it more easier. Gonna remove this. You have to follow the head, you know, the face and everything. So this is 1 face, 2, 3, 4, and half and fifth. Her, on the other hand, her head is more bigger than his. And yeah, it's not good. There are more things I already see. For example, here is too big, this is small. This one is too small, this is small, this is big.
Hmm.
But the character here at least has more better because you can already see his form is good here. But there is another thing which is another problem. Here. You see her, here's the neck. There's the hand supposed to be. So her character here, you can see straight here. She have a long spine because here is the spine.
Ew.
So she will break. She would break very quickly.
For a moment.
Okay, I remove it. I can take it back. So yeah, this girl could break. So I had to study her a little more better on this. Just gonna do this. Now I'm just drawing a character like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just doing this. So. So this is a 6-1. Some certain people are using a rather large guy, around 7 or 8. That's around 6 foot or something. So this is basically a normal girl. You can make her more smaller. You can have one here, for example. For example, the same. And she's still, you know. That's one way you can do it, you know, train where they stand, how tall they are. For example, my sheep is supposed to be like this. My sheep is very small.
Mm-hmm.
So I did train to see how tall they are. And one thing is always follow the head, you know, whole headset and so. But I always do, if you want to do training with the character, you always should do, you know, just going to remove that. You have always, you know, when they're taking in criminals, they have, for example, they are 8, 7, 6, you know, 5. How big and tall they are, for example. and you follow that chart. You can always download it on. You can find it on Google. Just drawing. I think it is. Let me see here quickly. Yeah, you type in character height sheet, so you can learn and start to do this kind of thing. I'm just gonna add it in. For another character who made it, so you have this chart. This guy basically have been doing his own, but you can see, for example, here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. They are using how tall they are. The biggest one here is 6 foot, so it's 182.7 centimeters. So it's very good if you look for these kind of charts. So you have a plan. How tall are your character? So 3 is one of the smallest. So my character, my sheep, for example, I showed you, she's below 2 around. So you can see here is the movement, you know. Where she stands.
I see.
That's one way you can see if you want to train on that, see how tall they are. So, and sometimes you can follow, you know, head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, that's one way you can do it, but I always recommend this one. Always fun. I'm sorry to the person who made it. I'm sorry, by the way. I'm very sorry. Creator Taronodi. There we have it. Sorry if I clutter and show everything. But yeah, there we go. So what? That's one way.
Considering that some of the characters I want to make are supposed to be like wrestlers or something, or like really like muscular people, yeah, I may actually need to check that out. I know one site that I used before, it was like you could just put in like it was like centimeters or so, put in like an amount, and it shows how tall they are compared to like someone else. So yeah.
But yeah, as you guys can hear, my voice is not going very well right now. It's I'm sorry about that. It's still cold here in Sweden, and not only that, I should soon be resting my voice, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm thinking to hop off right now, but you can, if you guys want to, you can go back and check the stream. So if you need some help, you know, where you want to lead a bit thing. So it's not only for Finn, it's for everyone. So I'm gonna save this one so you guys can have fun with it, play around, and I'm thinking next time I'm gonna do a Discord server where you guys can come in, have a talk, you know. The only thing I'm going to have as a rule, there should be no drama in it.
Yeah, especially when I'm around, because of course I'm the isolator or whatever.
Exactly. And I want to say very clear here this. I know I am in the commentary community. I am in a so-called a community podcast. But when it comes to my channel, this is my channel. This is my rules. I want to have fun with the people who wants to learn, you know, come into drawing, maybe talk and ask questions. Maybe I can answer them, or I can give them tips. That's the thing. I maybe not a very good teacher, but I want to at least have fun with drawings. I want to help people, even if I'm weird. So yeah, this is going to be a rule. I'm gonna do it next time. I'm gonna ask a certain person to help me with the stream, or basically a Discord server. Then we can see how we're gonna work. So yeah, thank you guys, and thank you Finn, by the way, to let me hang around and talk.
It's fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna hop off. You take it easy, Finn.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes. So before I'm quitting everything, I am going to look a little more what could be fun to draw next time. I am as well going to add on every stream. It's going to see, you can see where you can find my social media and so, you know, if you want to. Check the description or so. And of course, be very careful. Another thing. I'm so tired. As you can hear, my voice is like, ugh. But yeah, guys, you guys don't do anything stupid, because I will do it for you. Have a great day. Bye bye, guys.